Good morning, everyone. Let us start. So, today we'll be listening to basic instructions on mindfulness by Deepa Ma. There is a recording that I have, audio recording, which I'll be playing. And it's first, she speaks in Bengali, which is quite nice to hear, very soft. And then a person is translating. So, I'll just play it. So, first, there's just a few devotional things by her, which is good to hear. I think it's quite nice. So let's hear this.
Sambuddhassa Namo tassa Namo tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Buddhang Saranang Gacchami একটা Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Sangham Saranang Gacchami Sangham Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Sangham Saranang Gacchami Sangham Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sangham Saranang Gacchami Sangham Saranang Gacchami.
So I'm going to just skip to now her instructions. Yeah.
এটাই বলবেন আবারও তো আপনাদের কোথাও শরীরে meditation means to practice meditation. What is for meditation? Meditation is for to get rid of birth, decay, sufferings from lamentation, sorrow. And these things, this is called Four Noble Truths. These noble truths discovered by Lord Buddha. And if we follow these Four Noble Truths to get rid of this birth, death, lamentation, sorrow, we got to go through this Vipassana. Vipassana, without the Vipassana, nobody can eradicate birth, death, sorrow, lamentation, etc. So, if we follow Vipassana, how to follow Vipassana? Vipassana is to follow through mindfulness and concentration of mind. If we, in short, we close our eyes, sit for meditation, just we follow rising and falling, but always our mind may not be in that rising and falling. It may go away. Then you should know that your mind has gone away. You just follow the mind and say that gone away. Then you come back again to the rising and falling. By that, mind will be brought back to that position, to your abdomen, rising and falling. Sometimes you may hear something, you say, hearing, hearing, hearing. Then you again come back to that abdomen rising and falling, rising and falling. By that hearing, you may not, hearing other things may stop. If not stops, you again say that hearing, hearing, hearing. Again you come back to rising and falling.
So just wanted to add on a point here because since we connect with Mother and Sri Aurobindo's teachings also, and it's not that what she just shared that we meditate so that we can be rid from the cycle of birth, death, and continuous coming and misery and suffering. So, in other words, the same thing can be said as also that we meditate so as we can know who we truly are. And that's why we can take a conscious birth, because most of the births that we take, they're not conscious. They're like we have to take a birth, like we are caught up in the cycle of birth and death. So that is what it means, that we are caught up in this continuous cycle of birth and death, because there are enlightened masters who would consciously take a birth. So taking a birth is not a problem, but unconsciously being born again and again, since I don't realize my true nature and having no choice there, is leads to continuous misery and suffering. So that the reason we meditate, she was sharing, so as we can get in touch with who we truly are, and this unconscious repeated cycles, they can be stopped. And conscious ones, of course, masters take birth so that they can help other beings and do good and take out others also from misery of not knowing themselves. And the basic instruction on vipassana meditation, as we saw, to bring the mind to the body again and again. And usually we talk about breath here, but it's the same. So they have been talking about rising and falling of the tummy. So the abdomen is rising and falling, and you're bringing single pointedly the mind to the rising and falling. And in between, if it goes and scatters away, doesn't matter, just tell gone away, and bringing the mind again to the breath. And now it's also, now the instruction that is to come is also very nice. Just put it on again.
তারপর চোখে যখন ধ্যানে বসবে তখন চোখে নানা কিছু নিমিত্ত দেখে। কি নিমিত্ত বললে অনেক কিছু দেখা যায়, তো ওগুলিকে বিচার না করা। কি দেখছি আমি সেটা বিচার না করা, দেখছি দেখছি বললে ওগুলি চলে যায়। তখন মন ফাঁকা হলো, তখন আবার রাইজিং ফলিংয়ে যাবে। আচ্ছা,
No, she says, mind will be, when you are practicing, mind will be scattered away, but don't judge why my mind has gone there. Why is, don't judge that thing. Like you just know that your mind has gone there and say that my mind has gone there, my mind is gone there, my mind is gone. Just follow the mind. Again you come back, rising and falling. By that you will bring your mind to your rising and falling.
তারপর শ্রুত করণীয়। শ্রুত যখন ভাবনায় ধ্যানে বসবে তখন তোমাদের কানে বাইরের শব্দ আসবে নানা রকম, ওগুলি শুনছি শুনছি
তারপরে গান কোন গান?
তারপরের গান, তারপর কায়করণী, তারপরে দেহে শরীরে যা হচ্ছে, ব্যথা হচ্ছে, চুলকানি হচ্ছে, গরম হচ্ছে, ঠান্ডা হচ্ছে, হালকা হচ্ছে, ভারী হচ্ছে, এগুলি তোমরা যেটা হচ্ছে সেটা জানবে। গরম হলে গরম, ঠান্ডা হলে ঠান্ডা বলবে, তখন ওগুলি চলে যায়, কিছুই থাকে না। আবার রাইজিং ফলিংয়ে যাবে।
No, you may feel, say,
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, তারপর
hot, you may feel cold, you may feel some burning sensation, but don't be worried for this thing. Say that I am feeling hot. When you feel hot, say that I am feeling hot, I am feeling hot. But when you feel cold, say that I am feeling cold, I am feeling cold. Now you come back to rising falling. So she says not to judge why I am feeling cold, why I am feeling hot. Don't judge it. Only just follow it and utter it in your mind. Again you come back to rising and falling.
তারপরে এইভাবে
So, if the instructions are clear, shall we follow it for 10 minutes? Is that okay? Or if there is any question, doubt?
So, Monica, we have to, good morning.
Yeah,
So, we have to rising and falling of our abdomen.
yeah,
So, it's while inhalation and exhalation.
yes, yes,
So,
yes.
earlier we were following our breath. Now we follow. So,
It's
we
the
follow our
same.
breath.
It's the same because
It's the
rising and
same.
falling is
Is the
happening
breath.
because of the
Yeah,
breath. Yeah.
breath. Done.
Yeah. So it's just one of the ways to bring the mind to the body. Either you focus with the breath. Here also you can focus on the breath, or using the breath come to the body, which is rising and falling on the tummy. So it's the same thing. Yeah. The focus could be on the breath or the rising and falling on the tummy. So it's just two different ways of saying the same thing, bringing the mind home to the body. Yeah. And if the mind scatters away, it goes into connecting dots in the head. We say scattered away, as he was sharing, and then bringing it back home to the body again. And if the mind is feeling uncomfortable, okay, uncomfortable, and bringing it back to the body again, not again getting lost into the why is that discomfort there, and not getting lost in the story. So we'll do this for 10 minutes if that is okay. It would be nice to experiment. I'll let you know the time. We'll start now. So last 1 minute. So further in the same instruction, she also shares that um, it's better to uh, walk first before you sit. Those of us who want to practice more sitting meditation. So she suggested that you do first walking meditation, exercise in the sense that your physical energies are used up and body is also moving. And then when you sit, it will be easier to do the sitting meditation. Those of us again who want to do this. Because if you just continue to do the sitting one, then it is tiring, maybe. So for longer hours, uh, for those of us who want to do it for longer hours. And as Buddha has suggested, like 4 ways of being meditative, we could be standing, lying down, sitting, walking, and all these can be meditative. So just to be aware of, okay, I'm standing, bringing attention back to the body. I'm walking. Because why we are doing this? Because we get lost in the forest of thoughts again and again, thinking that we will find something very precious out there, and we waste a lot of time in trying to connect the dots. And Sri Aurobindo also says that there is nothing that can be done in which can be done in a much better way in mind's silence and receptivity. That can be you better done in mind's silent and receptivity. So when we bring mind to a stillness, a kind of a receptive state, then intuition, insights, what we call inner guidance, it has the place to be. Otherwise, there is hardly any place. And then the mind can put into action whatever instructions it has received. That's the proper use of mind, he says, informative and organizing action. So, mind is not an instrument of knowledge, he says, it's an instrument of formation and organization. So, when it receives higher knowledge, now that it is silent and receives intuitive guidance, inner knowing, or knowledge from above, then now it can put into practice like a obedient servant, it can put into practice. So then it makes our work very simple, and we are not trying to drain our energies here and there. So that's something from Sri Aurobindo. Any last comments? We have last 5 minutes or so. Okay. Yes, Dharu.
Does she give instructions on walking meditation as well? Like, how does one do walking meditation?
Actually, I can share the link itself with all of you on the meditation group. It's basically what I heard her saying was that when you're walking, just know that I'm walking. Because the mind will get lost into the thoughts again. The moment it gets lost, you say gone away, and you bring it to the walking. So you're bringing it the body posture. I'm walking, bringing mind to the body. So that's what she shares. But I'll share the whole teaching with all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And one thing which comes in her teaching also, and many others also, is that without judging, bring the mind home. because many a times we feel guilty and shameful. Oh my God, why did I go there? And why do I go there repeatedly again and again? Why do I think about that? Why? So without judging, that's what her translator was also in this one sharing. Without judging, bring the mind home. Without judging, bring the mind home. So that's our task. Like Kabir ji says, like a vigilant guard. You keep it, keep the fence protected, something like that. Keep the farm protected, like with the fence. So very simple to follow, and those of us who are wanting to listen to the whole teaching, better to listen directly. I'll share the link, and yeah, we can follow if it resonates. Okay, so happy practice to everyone, and have a good week ahead. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.